we back. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday's stream. We are going to be continuing our work on the clothing here. We actually do need to be starting the outfit, but before then, we're going to fix up the sculpt. We're going to take our body high poly, cut the eyeballs, reflection for those. Everything else here good. We're gonna do a fun me Leo 11. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hello. We are working hard. I don't know why I didn't hear any alerts. Assuming you all did not hear it. Thank you again. We're going to be doing some avatar creation. I have a low poly body. Poly. Extract. Work with this one directly to get it to fit our. Get rid of the shrink wrap. We will apply the mirror. The subdivision. Wrap. Add. Shrink wrap to collection and drop in the. Load. Boom. Now we're cooking with gas, and we can actually go ahead and split them in half again. Full loop. Slap that above here. Good. Our hand is definitely. I'm trying to. Very slow. Speed this up. Hello. Hope everyone's having a good Monday out there. We had a really fantastic stream on Sunday playing D&D in VR. Recommend going and checking the VOD on YouTube. Very fun. Okay, that should work a lot better. Let's preview. Pretty good. Or we can fix. Solid. Alright, how about them toes? Let's duplicate. Get rid of. Good question. Why that? Do I still have my? So, I was worried about GeoNode just totally destroying my arms and stuff. Pretty good. Alright. Good stuff. Right, that means the vertex groups are fine. What we can is favorite tool. Slide blacks. Very useful. Basically, free good topology. Just helps even out spacing of everything. Good stuff. Those are better now. Might have to. Even spacing overall. that by hand. We also need to fill in the eyeball. The eye should be 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4, so. Quite right. 16. Okay. Okay, now we can grid fill. Project it back in socket. Good, filled that. One more. Okay. Start that. Just gonna apply the whole thing now. Get to okay. Save. Now apply. Slap a mirror on there. 15,000 for the full body is pretty darn good. Right. Beautiful. Let's turn that high poly back on again. Sure. It's actually doing something we like. even up. The toes, pretty fucked up, so we're gonna have to fix those up. Most of the body need to go. And we even used our updated. Come on. I really have to change the subdivision. Oh no, this is some. I'm not covering up too much of the map while I'm working. Let me know if there's much covering. Beautiful stuff. Okay. So nice to see my past self making my life a little easier. This needs to to fix up the thumb. I don't prefer the little thin cuts. Sculpting the hand, but it's in a place we can start making poly clothing. Okay. on the... Let's see. Stretching a bit better. Overall, everything pretty kosher. All right. Beautiful. Looking super good. Up the little thumb here. Boom. Here. Ian Putter. Hello, Princess Emmy Barrett. Welcome. How you doing? Been a while. How goes your Gundam creation? I'm alright. Oh, I left the files to reformat like late last year, earlier this year. That is a bummer. I think I remember you coming by and saying that. That does suck. Well, hopefully you're on to new, more exciting projects. Direwolf from Battletech. Ooh, very cool. Is that another Gundam? That sounds like another Gundam. Not 100% sure. It's a mecha, but not a Gundam. That's Robo Reset. I'm a Robo Racist. Gundams are just controlled from the inside. Hello, Cat. Welcome. That's a good question, and I think yes. Mecha controlled command time Gundams are particular mobile suits from the Gundam franchise. Play. Just a little bit smaller. Y'all can see. A little bit easier what I'm doing with the resolution. All Gundams are mobile suits, though. Not all mobile suits are Gundams. Yeah, Gundams are. It's like there's robots in Metal Gear, but not all the robots are Metal Gear. It's freezing. Doing normal stuff. Alright, I'm gonna get a snack. I'll be right back. One second. Hopefully this fixes it. That's weird. Not sure what I did there, but I think a backup copy made me nervous. Some cheesecake right now. Let's make it bigger. Cheesecake for breakfast. Yummy. Yeah, we'll go with that. Now the eyes are included. The hair will be its own object, own collection. Cheesecake's the best. Can't go wrong. So now we'd like to make some shorts. So I'm going to select the body, FBX, shirts and pants. Drop that avatar in. Free auto-fitting suit. Sure. Sure. What are the limitations on a sketch again? I haven't done any sketch redeems in quite a while, so my apologies. I should really take those down. I don't quite have the time at the moment, so my apologies. Both sides at the same time. That could definitely be a bit bigger. Small. But we'll save that for now. So save this. And quite small. Buddy, do this. So here. Next one, segment. Wider on both sides. Actually see. Oops. Oops. Slipping right off him. Oh. Get him up there. Get him up there. Looks pretty good. Oh, save. Take him down or crank the press it. Ah. Exactly. Probably just take him down. I need more casual redeems. I can't. I just enforce it. A little bit longer. double check our reference image, make sure we're heading right. All right, looking at our boy. Quite a tight shirt, actually. This one. Normal shoes. Bracelet thing. It's pretty tight though. We're heading right. Right there. Just a little lower. It should tighter actually. Honey. Okay. I'm gonna try to make a collar. Really need to, because this is just gonna, I just need this for the wrinkles. All I want. I'm gonna switch our geometry. Particle distance will switch to 12, and we also make save. And hit play. Beautiful. Okay. Double click. I guess we'll put them here. Cat. Casual. Door. A new collection called casual. File, import. File, import OBJ. There's nothing. File. Little gap. The teeth. We don't need. Okay. I want to export. We're doing file, export, OBJ. Overriding that. We'll just say select all patterns. What else would preventing it from exporting? Import OG. Yes. Beautiful. Okay, we have some issues. We can see right here. That is the wireframe of our low poly mesh. So go back here. See it here now. Select the avatar. I want to say smooth. Play like it's smooth. I'm gonna just turn up a second. And hit. And hit play. Any of those issues. Beautiful. Load! Load! Beautiful. Beautiful. So now on our outfit, we'll do a few things. First, we're going to add a weld modifier. We're going to select all the edges. We're going to assign them. True. Then we'll also put a subdivision surface on here. Those edges right up. Beautiful. Save. Then take top one. No. Separate it. casual, a casual church. Hello, DM Portella. Welcome back. We're doing good. We're making some clothing right now. Okay, misnamed. And hello, Massem Twitch 2. Welcome. Yep, right now we're making some clothing for an avatar. We've got our reference, so here's the character right here. We've got most of him made. We've got the body, Polly, eyeballs for him, or the clipping. He's getting there. How did you make that shirt? I used a Marvelous Designer right here. I actually just used their default shirt template here. These come with Marvelous, so it took me about 30 minutes. So Marvelous Designer is great, but expensive. So. It's good. It's a good one. I really like it for just quickly making clothes that really look like they fit. Now. That's okay. Now, let's create a new collection called Casual. No poly. We're gonna do the retopo for the super. We'll start with the shirt. Make a mesh circle of 8. Line it up right here, like starting with the sleeve. And add our favorites here. Subdivision. Turn on our retopo view. Extruding. I'm always tempted to try to make some sort of like object I could start this from, but honestly, it's about as fast as making it from scratch. Turn on this room. Pretty good. Put our cursor right here. Delete that. Six E. All right. Got some. Doesn't look that good. We're about to make it look a whole. By applying the mirror, applying the subdivision, duplicating it, applying the our sculpt mode. Then just use the slide relax tool. Beautiful. Let's do one more set of cuts here. Very cool. Alright, put another mirror on, turn off the wireframe. Just ensure that it's lining up. everything fitting? Looks like it. Okay. So now what we can do, start slicing. Sleeves done. You always wants to start. Okay. Beautiful. A little rough. We'll just straighten it out. Pretty good. Good starting point. All right, so that's our casual shirt low poly. Now, pants. And it is the exact. Subdiv, shrink wrap. Subdivision. Duplicate my shrink wrap. Fade smooth. Do the wireframe. Graph. And wireframe. Slant. What do you do with that? Good done. We want squares. We don't want them to be. Hello, Kartat. Welcome. How goes your day? We're making some pants right now. Everything fitting. Just slice this up. Excuse me. I learned how to do better high to low poly baking. Well, that is exactly what I'll be doing today. So hopefully I'll give you some insight into my process at least. Should be. Right. So now, okay. For the casual clothing, there's just a few things we'll want to do. We're going to add a few cuts to certain spots and a few. So, start it off. The border. So we'll select the boundary loop. Right. Well done. We'll apply that. Select the boundary loop. Control plus. What we'll do is just duplicate. Separate them. We're going to give them a shrink wrap. Put back onto the high poly. Subdivision. Shrink wrap. Solidify. Other way. Well, now we got these nice little trims, edges on the side. Select. Get rid of those. Eight. Gorgeous stuff. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, next, now we just got rid of the weld. That loop tools things a plugin? That is a great question, Leor Max. This is an add-on that you do have to enable, but it does come with Blender, funnily enough. I do wish it was on by default, but you just go to Edit Preferences, and then in the add-ons, you don't have to download anything, you just search it, and you'll find it there. There's also a Mesh Tools, which does similar things like smoothing things, smoothing selections, things like that. But I think the Loop Tools it's one of the best tools in Blender. Yeah, it's helped me a ton, so hopefully it'll help you as well. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so we're just grabbing some of the edges. We're gonna bevel them. Okay. Now that we have that, turn off Retopo. Hit that bevel. Middle point. And also, now when we apply our nice seam here, which will bake. Crazy how Blender doesn't have certain add-ons on by default, even though they don't interfere with everything. I don't know exactly why. Even with the seam. My guess is just that it's kind of a separation of things that they want to support. They're like, you can use this thing, but we're not committing to supporting it. Crazy how good that looks. So thank you, Cartot. It's not made by the Blender team. I think you're correct. Well, since Blender's open source, there are a lot of contributions that are by like individuals or just a variety of people. All right, that end by the we'll select the top. Plus. Now we should have the top and bottom, so duplicate, separate this one with but then we'll some nice sharp edges. Also gets to solidify. Need a shrink wrap. Leor Max, Blender is being developed mainly by the Blender Foundation, but anyone can make changes to the program and add the foundation. Okay. Select the boundary loop again. I'm gonna bevel. Add a bevel weight. Add a bevel mod. Usually one of those things made by people who are not art. Sound like SCP or something. Okay, now we got a nice there. Okay. A few other things we want to add. But I'm thinking that really could just copy them from a previous add-on for characters. That should be faster. Fingers crossed. Let's make a backup save before I do this. Call this casual outfit. Right. Yeah. We're gonna go open up. Foxhound. Go to when you're sculpting on him. Good. Just too wild for just one team to make. Blender has so much code, everything from music editing to image compression. It really does. It's insane how big these programs are. Copy all these little edges here. Don't need everything. But I make pants so often. Copy, save, back to here. We're gonna hide this to enter the collection. Delete this. Fox got some hops. Some hips. Yeah. Just snap it on there. Also, let me read. Might work if I'd wanted to. Delete that. Take this. 50.6. Flip it to the other side. Lines up because it's already in the middle. Makes sense. No. Take the belt. Take it back. I will this. Will actually separate by itself. for these ones. Bevel on. They don't need. Might help the bake. Probably not, but it makes me feel good. Okay, well, I would say this certainly saved me a lot of time. Just copying and pasting it. The other end. I really need to be doing more of that. So much work I need to get done. Scratch. Edges. Here, and do a base. Was a little too. Beautiful. I think we're almost there. Okay, so now, I have to. Do these have animation data? This one. Ooh, I'm just gonna see. One. Save. Low poly. Frame 1, save the position. Alright, frame 2, both the high and low. We just need to grab this. Save the position. This is my first step for making fake the cage for the clothing. It's just positioning them separate. I have my objects. And the trick for a good bake, make a cage. There's two modifiers to make that cage. First, we're going to add a triangulate. Set it to fixed alternate. The reason we set it to fixed alternate because that is the same way Substance Painter triangulates. Obviously, we want next we'll add displace modifier. Great. A bit quiet music. Good. Up a little bit more for the music. How's that sound? Is that better? Displace? I know the music just got quiet too, so better? Okay, perfect. Alright, now we're making that displace group so we can control our displace. Fire. Same here. Triangulate. Alternate normals. And we'll actually just copy them over. Object. Transfer. Mesh data. Vertex group. Let's place. All right. Now that we have those modifiers created, all we need to do in order to create the cage is just in our vertex group. Good morning, Reyes. Hello. We're going to turn on the high poly. Hide that. Go into weight paint. Now, that'd be weights should be very, very low. Just over the body, just over the high poly. How's your morning going, Reyes? I don't see anything moving. Now we'll do the pants. Looks like this belt loop's still floating, so I'll have to fix that. I'm doing quite well. Excited about Abby Step this week. Me too. Kind of moving quick with our work on Cat here. So we're just sure there's nothing poking. Beautiful. Very beautiful. First let's also fix our high poly here and just get this situated. Move the animation data from little belt loop. It doesn't need it. Then we'll kind of move it over here. Below. Remove animation. Beautiful. Okay. Now for the pants low poly, we're gonna add one more thing, which is I'm gonna cut. A little hard to see. Let me. Okay, here. Make this head. Squish it. Now we have kind of a top, which will help bake in all the little details. Let's see. Actually gonna it's from the display. All right, now back to weight painting. All right, everything's covered up. Okay, we're not done yet though. We need to now actually unfold these properly because we added a mirror, and these shirts and shirt and pants are asymmetrical. We have to apply our mirror and update our geometry accordingly. Boom. Live unwrap. Take the body, create a new variant, and call it clothing. Cool. Now we just want to make sure these line up. That we have I guess actually it'd be here. Should be like gotcha. No, they shouldn't be lining up. On the edges. Perfect. Where's this edge? I want them to flip open. Fold out all the way. Has to be the inside edge that they're meeting on. Nothing else, no other spot for them to meet. That's this leg. Oh, duh. Okay, gotcha. So I think I understand. This edge here learning more about optimizing avatars in Unity using some of the basic tools available. Aside from basic texturing optimizing, I also found there's some functions add-ons such as VRC Fury, Landscape Optimizer, as well as Dr. 4K Optimizer. Actually does material combining, skin mesh render combining. Do you have thoughts on these methods / tools? Do you ever use them? The VRC Fury ones, yes. I don't usually need to do like atlasing of textures because I try to keep my texture resolution roughly the same So when you're using atlasing techniques, which is where they combine meshes or combine textures, material combining, you don't necessarily lose anything, but your resolution might be a little bit lower. This is what I'm expecting here. No, this makes the case that this should be like this. Hello, Oro. Welcome. Just saying hi. Nice pants. Thank you, Oro. Thank you so much. I guess you can build the Abbey from ground up with cost to render and include on the top of the mind. There won't be need for these types of tools as much for the most part. That doesn't mean they're not helpful, because like those kinds of tools let you be a bit more flexible, especially if you want to like add outfits later or make more changes on the fly. If you're doing everything from like scratch every single time, then that could get kind of exhausting. Whereas these tools, the tools you're talking about, just can let you like take a bunch of slightly unoptimized things and make them ready for VR chat right away. So there is value in that for sure. All right. I think got some good pants now. Some good pantaloons. It's all lining up. Copy this material over. And we're just going to ensure that by line here. Selecting half. Converting. And selecting the other half. That means back. Or it's easiest. Okay. That one was much easier. So now, let's select them all and say UV average. It'll give us proper density. Here comes the difficult part. Actually mapping it. Too bad in this case. Same. All right. That's the casual outfit ready for baking. Now we have a UV map. We've got our little displacement toggle stuff with. It's posed correctly back between them. All right, first step. First, let's go ahead and export these up to our Baker folder. Casual clothing. We're missing shoes still, but that's okay. We're gonna just move forward with that. Out those for the moment. And get all the baking set up. Probably bring it into Unity as well. Definitely save those. Let's close that. Save the shoes for after. Saves it as cat human. Let me delete that. And we want cat human. No, just cat. Casual clothing. Underscore. No, what's that? Save. Boom. Displace back on. So now we're exporting the cage, so we can export it, hold apart with the displace on. Make sure we're naming it underscore cage. So that's the cage version. I'm gonna turn the cage off, both of them, and make sure our main file is named that. Does not have cage underscore, it's the displace off. And for our high poly, all that stuff on. We are going to actually make this very colorful, because that allows us to create selections and masks. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. Here, we'll make it red. Don't forget to save. I hear Blender loves to crash. I know my Unity has started getting into that bad habit of crashing too for a current project I'm working on. Hate losing progress needlessly. I've been abusing Blender's saving system. No end. They have an auto backup system, which is super handy. I wish Unity had something like that. We'll just copy. Okay. Now we have this odd color, but you'll see why. Underscore poly. Import. Save. Open substance. There's a Unity add-on you get that makes it save every time you enter play mode. Isn't a perfect solution, but at least it automates some saving. That's pretty nice, actually. I like that. I've certainly had some really tough moments losing a lot of work the past few months because my computer had been crashing super regularly. Knock on wood. It's still not happening. I think I have solved it now. There was a bunch of like light. I think it was software to control the lights colors on the lights on my computer. I think they were interfering with the graphics card or something to that effect. Some sort of low-level, unnecessary thing. Now it's gone. This path. Now we'll bake. Apply diffusion for K. Use cage or cage which you made. Open up the high poly. No red poking through. And we'll save. Bake again. Or bake for the first time. All right. Beautiful stuff. That. Just a 2K. Be our final resolution for these items. Ooh, a little bit of crunchiness on the collar. A little bit of crunch. Like a triangulation going wrong. Keep meaning to watch the baking process. One of these days, I'll make time. I basically went through it over the course of this stream. So it's not like a full process, but it should at least give you a good overview. I didn't encounter a lot of the usual problems because this outfit's relatively straightforward. But yeah. I think you have plenty of time. You've done it more on me. That's fair. Well, definitely let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to point you in the right direction. Thank you. Yeah, that's came out really well. Oh, he has a bit more of a V-neck actually. He'll go back in. Either way, leave the base alone. Let's make a template flat. Church. Fence. Grab some. And he also has shoes and bracelets, so we'll have to make those as well. Overall, start. It's a good start right there. She right there. Excuse me. For the pants, I'm going to drop in a color select, sample, belt. I don't see it belt, so I think we'll just make it black. Buckle. shiny and then we'll use our secret sauce, the Curve AO template I've made, which takes curvature layer, find some of the shadows, we blur it, not much, less, about there. Illusion on top of that. There, voila. Too shabby. Do a high world space. Switch it. Overlay. Mask out the front side. Front. Just the front. It's little. Duplicate, set this to linear dodge. Go to front to back. Convert that to push the nice. Very cool. I think we'll put this below the curve. Soft. Get it nice and sharp. Blur. So they are. Cool. Looks good. Oh, for shaders, I've seen some avatars that come either flat or multi-layer math enabled as a lighting model. And they do some custom lighting stuff, but I always so far find it looks better in more worlds on VRC when I enable the realistic model. Do you ever use that? For Poyomi, I mean. I tend to use a more realistic one. I don't use the realistic shading. I tend to use the skin shading, which makes things look kind of soft. And then if I ever want like a specific type of lighting, like, oh, I want the lighting to feel like this. Like imagine like a cartoon and they have like a cherry or something and it always has that like super shiny highlight on it or something. If I wanted something like that, I'd use a matte cap texture. But generally I lean more towards realism, but using the skin shader instead of the realistic shader. Yeah, if you're interested in making something kind of look cartoonish or stylized, matte cap highlights or textures are very easy way to do that. Very controllable and easy way to do that. Excuse me. Good. Still make. That reminds me of like The Sims. This shirt should be more blue. Bluer. More saturated. Or, you know what, it might be a difference. My monitor is a different color or has a different color. And I'm sampling directly, so it'd be pretty much. On the paint, we'll go ahead and add template color select. I'm gonna grab all the pockets. Stuff. All this pockets. Add an anchor point. Turn off the color in here. Love this sub. Bevel. I subtract. We can select. Some spots. You don't need it everywhere. You don't need it strong. Hope some certain elements pop out of it. Might do the same. So have to fix whatever happened here. Okay, it's like we're getting this kind of odd stretch, which, see right here, this is getting totally crushed. We'll take these two, in them, and distribute so we get an even spacing. Look better? But it did. Oh, so the distribute, right now I'm using my quick favorite menu. So anytime you find something you use a lot, you can right click it and add it to your quick favorites. So I just hit Q to get to that. But the distribute is actually from this UV toolkit add-on. And it has a bunch of arrange options in here. And UV toolkit add-on is free. You specifically want to look for the one that is a resubmission of Alexander Elikov's, but I will. Very useful stuff. It is quite good. To distribute this whole little section. Better. What can I do? I like how out here. Instead of that, it's this one right. We just pin it and we just move it this way. That's it. Simple. Don't do too much. Less is more in this case. Okay, so we'll re-export the low poly. Part is, since we baked this, just refresh our, make sure we got our updated mesh in there. Save. Seems like no matter what, some of those meshes have little wibbles. Does that happen often? So if you're referring to when you get something in Unity and the lines on it or like the edges of something look a little wobbly, that's an artifact of the triangulation. So Substance never tells you it does this, and it took me a long time to figure out what's happening. But if you look at it in Substance, you get these nice, sharp, clean edges, but then you export it to Unity, and sometimes the edges are a little wobbly after that. Maybe that's just Unity. I don't know why Unity does that. But what's actually happening is that your meshes are getting triangulated differently. So when you bring your mesh into Substance, you want to know how it's getting triangulated. So right now I'm triangulating it using the fixed alternate method, which if I disabled this and sent it in, Substance actually triangulates it the same exact way. They use the fixed alternate method, but they don't tell you. I'll tell you. But if we look at the Baker here, see your mesh is triangulated. You get these little triangles here, and how it's triangulated is very different sometimes for different software, things like that. So when you bring your textures into Unity, you need to make sure you're bringing your mesh into Unity triangulated in the exact same way that's triangulated Substance. And once you do that, your wobbly lines go away. Like if you had like a straight line across the chest or something and kind of mushy, that's because the triangles are just kind of pulling it different directions. It's just reading your UV map a little bit differently. So it can still happen, like even right here, it's like this looks perfect, this perfect curve right here, it's beautiful. And then I go to the side and you can just see the mesh. Like no matter what, you're still gonna get a bit of harsh points just due to the nature of it being a low poly mesh. The only way to alleviate that kind of artifact is just to subdivide more. Learn to look the other way a bit. But you don't know what it, Substance will never tell you that it does that. From the beginning, it drove me nuts. Now we're gonna add one more little shadow to our Curveo. We're gonna do another generator. Generator is gonna be world space. Have on right now. Set it to dodge. Change the balance to push it under a bit more. Yeah, that should give the folds a little bit. Oh. All right, 11:45. We're gonna start the what do we have time to start? We'll start the high poly. We'll make it all this casual shoe high poly, and we'll make it start with the plane. Cut it in half. Good. Subdivide. Good. figure. Whose toes are those? I see some grippers. And now that we have the basic shape, I will go ahead and duplicate all this one on the low poly, and we'll bust out some reference images. Keep working on poly one. Oh, I remember this.
Who's out here having dinner? Who could it be? Whose toes are those? Who's that great ape right there? Sugriva. Is it dinner time? Is it dinner time? Oh, I think it is.
His ears are so floppy.
What a big song. Sugriva's got lots to say. He's out here cooking himself up a vegan hot dog.
At least he seems to be enjoying himself. Okay. Now we'll do. Actually, no. This image. All. Whose toes are those? Burrow seems concerned. Also, for those of you who were unable to make it, we had a pretty cool stream on Sunday doing D&D in VR. We're definitely going to be doing a lot more of that very regularly. Even when you just eat a meal, but your mom forced you to screech for your relatives on Zoom. Some bits and pieces, good. It was very fun. Definitely still rough around the edges, but we're figuring things out. And I'm going to be trying to do some work in Resonite probably every evening moving forward for Resonite. So if you're interested in getting involved, definitely plan on joining evenings. We'll be streaming it, of course, or I'll be streaming it. But quite excited. Got something good going on. What is Resonite? Resonite is very similar to VR Chat, but whereas VR Chat's kind of a video game, similar to Roblox, where VR Chat is similar to a video game like Roblox, Resonite's more of like a platform. So you can really do a lot more in it. Like you can bring in files quite easily while you're playing and things like that. So it's a lot more flexible and kind of conducive to creative activities than VR Chat is. Even though I love VR Chat, I just think Resonite really takes the cake when it comes to being able to do whatever the heck you want. So it's super cool. Saw someone climbing up a sewer ladder. That was I. I tuned in a little bit for that D&D. Good. Yeah, Resonite is super cool. It's basically it's much on a spectrum of how much is it like Ready Player One, it's closer to that than VR Chat is, but it's a similar concept. I don't know if that's a good measure, but I feel like that easier way to communicate it. basically social VR for the most part. Should really just separate these now. Those are those. Resonate is like the light Linux to the Windows VRC experience. A good way to put it. I don't do too much Linux stuff myself, but I feel it's less open. It's not open source though, so that's the only caveat. The only complaint I'd really have about Resonate so far is that it's not open source. But it does really allow you to do just whatever the heck you want. A lot. I think it's understated how big of a deal that. But don't worry, you'll hear a lot about it from me. Resonate is like light Linux to Windows VRC. I think the problem with Resonate is it's not very new player friendly. I agree. There is certainly a really big entry hurdle right now. I think with what I'm hoping to do is to kind of cut down the difficulty on getting people in. Because I would love to be able to run people who have never done VR in their life through like D&D experiences. That's kind of what I want to would love to be able to do. So I think that what is nice about Resonate is it is absolutely in a state right now where it's not very user friendly, but it does allow you to create your own solutions for making it easier for people, which I think like if. And it still kind of plays into a lot of user friendliness that even VR chat can't. Like if I have a screenshot and I want to give you that screenshot, I can literally just copy and paste it to you right then and there. Like in VR chat, you'd still have to email it to someone. Let's say it's far more flexible, not user friendly. You got to know what you're doing to actually do stuff. But oh, you buddy, you're going places. Yes, 100%. But again, hoping to make it simpler and easier for myself and for anyone new to what we're going to be, all the VR stuff we're going to be, all the D&D stuff we're going to be. I got a lot planned, yo. I'm going to be doing whole campaigns in there. That's actually just a straight up plan to do whole D&D campaigns. Buckle up, baby. You have to email it like a Neanderthal. The school for ants. I have to run D&D, but I haven't played a lot. I have run D&D, but I haven't played a lot. I feel like that perma DM at times. Understandable. Well, good. I mean, if you have experience playing, I'd be happy to have you hop in and hang out and see what I'm up to. You guys are welcome to join me in Res Night. It's not an expectation that you have to like do the things, but if you just want to see what I'm up to inside of Res Night while I'm streaming and stuff, that will be an option. Probably this evening, actually. So again, just gonna be trying to hit the Res Night grind almost daily. Gonna be the plan. Best DM experience I had is with Baldur's Gate 3. The bar is at that level. I have yet to play it. It seems really good, but I just feel like I never have time for any games anymore. So I'm busy making money. There's a saying I love, which is if you teach someone to play a game, they'll have fun for that day. If you teach someone how to make video games, then they'll never have fun again. By programming the DM things in Res Night, though. Turn-based, live action, dating sim. So we're basically playing it like a board game. So there's not really a need to program too much. Like anything you program could be really bite-sized. Like for example, I made a dice roller. I programmed a dice roller in Res Night. But the nice part is, since you can load things in and out of the game at any time, or walk over to something and grab it and move it, like you can just treat it almost exactly like real life D&D, where you can just grab stuff and move it. Like when the DM says, oh, you move over here, or this happens to you, and you can just play it like normal D&D. Which I think, Res Night has the promise, or any digital game has the promise to really make everything super immersive and easy in terms of like programming a bunch of stuff. But like in the interim, just to play it, you don't need anything other than just you could just do Theater of Mind and stand it in Res, which obviously kind of takes away the point, but I think you see what I mean now. Just you can just play it like you have a battle map in real life. I think that in my opinion, that's a huge advantage, because you can't do that in any other game. You can't do that in any other game except Tabletop Simulator. That's the only other game you could do it in. How would you avoid player breaking the game? Like if they can interact with anything in real time, but they got a roll to do actions. Again, just like standard D&D. So like if I'm fighting a goblin or something, I'm just rolling. Like I get my dice roller and I click it, see what I roll. Oh, I got a D20, and then I can look at my player sheet that's in VR. Okay, I rolled a 16 plus this, and then do I hit or not? And someone else is calculating health for the enemy or whatever, or the DM is. So it is exactly like playing in real life. With the exception that you're in it. But certainly things can break. I mean, when we were playing yesterday, like some of the walls weren't they didn't have colliders, so at one point I fell out of the world. But I can just fly because Resonite has like flying options, so I just fly back up. And then some of the tiles weren't like locked into place, so I accidentally like grabbed the tile and was like moving it around or on by accident. But of course, just pretty easy to snap back into place. D&D maps and VR chat, which are pretty good. They are pretty good. They're pretty solid. But again, if I wanted to, like for example, if I wanted to give you something for your character in VR chat, like, hey, you found this token or this gold object, and imagine I just did a little drawing. In Resonite, I can actually drop that in the game and hand it to you. In VR chat, if I wanted to make that kind of change, I would have to re-upload the entire world. We'd have to log out, make the changes, re-upload the entire world, and jump back in. But in Resonite, it is as simple as copy and pasting it and giving it to you. It's just like how a Battle Goblin IRL got. Usually I give them some more McDees, but this is a lot more fantasy based. We'll come back next week. Exactly, yeah. And I do think that like the ability to bring in 3D or 2D or any kind of asset into VR that simply and easily, it's hard to emphasize how cool that is, because it's actually like a totally different experience being online if you could share stuff that easily. But it's hard to explain. It's hard to. It's easy to. I feel like it seems like hype to say that, but I mean, there's literally nothing else you can do that in. You know, what other game can you copy and paste stuff and just hand it to people? Hands you a rock, pretty cool rock, huh? Closer to being there in person. Exactly. But it gives you the flexibility to treat it as simply or as complex as you want it. So if you want that super cool health thing or whatever, you know, like I'm gonna map all the health to this or that, or I'm gonna make a cool system where everything gets hit, and when I deal damage to stuff, I made this whole system to map damage. You can still do that. You just don't have to. Whereas in other games, you have to. It's really hard to get that feel in a virtual game. One of the gripes my players have playing virtually. So I'll probably show it tonight, but what I'm doing is trying to combine. Like it is difficult to find like a balance between like what you need to make something feel comfortable virtually versus what feels normal. It's just extending the scale of this quite a bit. Let me just restart. You get the benefits of Resonite, definitely better than BSC just mechanically. Now, how is it different from something like Zenith, that VR MMO? The biggest difference between Resonite and any MMO, any D&D platform, any Dungeons and Dragons experience is that I get to own. I literally own what I make for this. So like, Zenith is limited by the amount of things that their company can make. If there were 1,000 creators making stuff in Resonite, you can distribute those products, the experiences between the community. Like, you're not limited to doing just one thing. You're not limited by a company that wants to own your products or anything like that. You can just straight up do whatever the fuck you want. And you're sorry. You know, Facebook doesn't own it. I think in terms of I see what I'm. In terms of like ownership as a creator, Resonite to me is far more exciting than any other platform. Because, like, sure, I could create. So, for example, right now, if I was like, man, I really wish I had a cool jungle swamp D&D experience. Like, I can't play that. Like, would have to find something in Zenith to do. But if I find some assets that fit that swamp feel, I can buy them online, drop them into Resonite, and have my players in it the same day. I think there's still going to be a huge learning curve to making it like flexible and easy. But I think the potential and the promise is much, much higher. Oop. There we go. Anyway, I'll rant. I think you'll see. I think you'll see online. I don't think you have to take my word for it. I think in the scheme of things, you will just be able to watch me play it at some point, and it should be a little bit, or hopefully, it's more, it's clear why I think it's such a big advantage. But I think long term, I will take your word for. Well, thank you, Eben. I think long term, I'd love to get like other streamers into a campaign of my own devising, where I'm not limited by whatever's in World of Warcraft or something. I'm making my own campaign as immersive as I want. I own everything. I get to do it my own way. Make my own systems. You get the picture. All right, so this goes under. Should be. Bug in my face. I just want to see that code, because giving free range to a pack of players to do whatever they want, able to pop up with anything they want, and giving the free range mechanics from Rezo, what a sight. I certainly think there will be, in terms of like making it playable, even when we were playing yesterday, I was like, no, I don't think we should be able to let the players do absolutely everything they want to do. You're like trying to tell them the story and they're just like running around. Doing whatever they want, There's certainly going to be some a balance for. That's just like a real session, right? Your fucking players are goofing off or on their phones or whatever. I think you kind of have very similar problems in VR, but they're just VR flavored. The trolling. Well, it reminds me of when my players move the pogs around the map as I'm describing things. So, Touching it. Bastard. But it was cool being in the sewer yesterday, and like it really, like the lighting's there, like there's sound. The immersion really does, when it's working right, it feels so cool. Seeing all the Fog of War areas. Can you even hard code boundaries into your world in Red Zone? I don't remember. You can limit guests from what they can / cannot do. You can limit what they can do. Certain tools, certain actions can be limited. So like when someone joins your world, you could prevent them from taking certain kinds of action. Excuse me. All right, that looks like a shoelace. A little tag on. But yeah, for boundaries and stuff like that. But here is another kind of difference, I think, that in mindset with any other video game, you might have to really hard code things. But if you're playing D&D, if someone's goofing off, you can just tell them to stop that. Right? I feel like you're not. I think the board game mentality, where it's less of like a video game and more of a board game, really kind of facilitates up the proper perspective for how I would play, or how I'm going to play. I'm not working randos though. Black Cat taught me that. I'm not going to be playing with random people. I might play with chat members, but I'm not going to be playing with randoms. I do agree that would certainly be extremely difficult. Too difficult. Too difficult. I mean, does anyone play D&D with just complete randos for the most part? I'm sure it happens on some level, but it's still like, can't imagine some Zoomer being super intrigued with something that requires time and focus. I have like a trial. Me, time to play a game. Game, would you like to connect to your rando server? Me, time to play some. Okay, most people I've talked with before. I mean, there's nothing wrong with like a looking for group or something like that. I just don't think that that's quite the Black Cat audience is like a D&D. It's not a pickup game, right? The one thing I would love for Resonite to be right now for my stream is when I'm making things and like working on things, I'd love for people to be able to come by and contribute in helping me build things. That's certainly not going to appeal to everyone, but like I think there's a lot of fun to be had in kind of cultivating a community of creators in Resonite, focusing on the plus I have tons of ideas for how to open up like apprenticeships and things like that for this kind of work. Hey, I need you to make this thing for me. I'll teach you how to make it, but you're going to make this particular thing for me. Excuse me. Like I know there's some people right now that are interested in learning how to bake and stuff, bake assets. I'd be happy to give them a project I can do. Are you gonna make something? And then we'll sell it together and share the profits. We bake. Bake cookies? A bake sale? Wait, since scheduled people are kind of different, and commitment especially, an open world adventure that anyone can join and contribute based on community rules does sound like a better choice. I certainly see a lot of those kinds of worlds in VR chat where it's like an open RP. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not necessarily the kind of experience I'm looking for. I definitely love a more focused and immediate type of storytelling. But again, I really think Resonite would be better suited to those experiences than even like VR chat has RP worlds. I can't think of them right now. Resonite would still be, again, in my opinion, a better choice for them. Because they can make, it's like, oh, this building burned down. All right, I have to go out of the world, upload it to Unity, do all these changes, make the change. Oh wait, no, in Resonite, I can just do it right then and there. Do I separate it here? Maybe a material selection. Oh, I could actually make a solidify vertex. bit thinner. Huge difference that it's there. It would be more there. Solidify was on both sides. That. The two. See, it's because that's okay. There a little bit. Not there fully. I can live with that. Here. Go ahead and get rid of our solidify or apply. Oh, it's already 12:23. Wow. Took down to lunch a little while ago. Okay, and then 1 second. Let me close this. Boom. And a boom. Okay, close that up. Take the top. Duplicate it. Separate it. Solidify, get away. Got a lunch. We're gonna keep lurking though, liking the shoes. Thank you, Even. I'm actually going on lunch myself as well. So we're gonna call it here for our lunch, our morning stream. Again, I'm going on lunch. I'll be back very soon. Gonna go get my run in. When we get back, we're gonna finish up these shoes, bracelets, keep working on this casual outfit. I think we can have it all done today. Get the body in for baking today. Get the other outfit in for baking. All the baking should be done. Yay, or at least started. But I hope everyone's having an amazing Monday so far. I'll be back very soon. Again, in just about 2 hours. For anyone who's new here, hit that follow, hit that subscribe. Bye, everyone. Goodbye. See you in just a little bit. Bye, everyone. Bye. Yeah, I'll be back soon. See you later.